one, Spencer. How's it going?
It's going. How you doing, man?
Not too bad, man. Thanks for hopping on with me today.
Of course, of course. Happy Friday.
Yeah, you as well. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. For those who don't know, describe who Spencer Crandall is.
Oh, Spencer Crandall, that guy.
That guy.
He's a author, philanthropist. No, he's just a guy who grew up in Denver, Colorado, and I'll switch from the third person. I'm a guy who grew up in Colorado and has been doing music now for maybe 5 or 6 years, and I'm putting out a bunch of music, betting on the internet, and just been doing country music for a minute and loving life. And I like to play spike ball and golf and be outside. And let's see what else. Like Chipotle, long walk on the beach. I'm a reader. I'm a Sagittarius. What else do we
Love
have?
it. I love it. So word on the internet is that you actually always didn't want to be a musician. You kind of correct me if I'm wrong. You went to school for football.
Yeah, I had a little football scholarship and thought that was my identity and my path. And I got there and I had two like shoulder reconstruction surgeries on each one. And the doctors were like, please stop playing sports. And I was like, okay. So I was super bored in my dorm room, and I picked up a guitar and I started writing songs, and I posted, Instagram videos back when they were 15 seconds and got 0 likes. And I had no interest in even, being an artist really. And then just kind of started falling in love with the songwriting process and played a couple of shows at my college and was like, man, it's really fun. And I don't know, I guess one day I just woke up and was like, I think this is what I should do with my life.
Nice, awesome. And what can you say you're like, what was the most creative, funny, or even awkward way you've written a song or come up with a song?
Oh man, there's a lot of weird ways. I actually was just listening to a song I just posted a TikTok about it called Delete All. It's on the last album I put out. And I was watching a Facebook video and it like choked me up because it was just this like poem, or maybe it was TikTok, maybe it was Instagram. There's this video that I saw, and it was this guy talking about how like it's not the breakup's really tough, but it's like going through the breakup. And he talked about that moment. He's like hovering over his phone with his thumb over the button that said delete all, like all the pictures, all the videos, because
Right.
that's the moment it's like really over. Like if you commit to that, it's actually over. You can't get those back, off the cloud or whatever.
That's right.
And I was like, dang, that's super powerful. And he never even said delete all, but the button just said delete all. And I was like, that just made me feel so much. So sometimes I'm just watching a Facebook video at 2 a.m. and I'm like, oh, that's a really good idea.
Awesome. All right, so let's talk about your album Wilderness. Tell us how the album came together.
Yeah, I've been in Nashville for almost 5 years. I've put out some music before, and I just really wanted to push myself to make a body of work that felt really different sonically, that felt different in its packaging, that felt different for me, but yet was authentic to me. Was really trying to lean into like who I was and the kind of music I wanted to make. So I got this weird idea along with my manager, Jeff, who's the man. We were sitting in his kitchen and we were like, what if we didn't just put out, a single or like the next best 5 songs on an EP or whatever, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I just have done that so many times. So like, what's the next step? And we came with this idea to put out 4 mood EPs, north, east, west, south. North, all about identity. East, about love. West, about heartbreak. South, about summertime fun, nostalgia. And then they have intros, outros, interludes, and it all wraps up into this album called Wilderness. And we just started going. And we didn't really even have the name Wilderness. It was called like the Backwoods and something else. And slowly I was like, oh, we should call it Wilderness because wilderness is a place where nobody's inhabited. And it's a place that like nobody's called home. And I think that's what I'm trying to do in country is find my lane and find my little patch that feels like me and that feels like a Spencer Crandall song or album. So we pushed really hard to do that. I'm super proud of it. Came out the end of last year, had some fun things happen, and it's been a great ride so far.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds great. What is your favorite song from the album and why?
Oh man, their songs are like children, which I don't have children, but this is what everyone says about children. Like um, they're different, and you love them for different reasons. Not that one's better than the other, but you just love them differently. So like My Person, is like my biggest song yet, and so that just has so much. And obviously, I love the song, so it has so much like love in my heart because I'll go on TikTok and there's 37,000 TikTok videos made to that song of people
Nice.
getting engaged or renewing their vows or even people with their kids. So that one's super special. I have a song on there called When You Think of Me that like kind of got me through a breakup. Like it was my own message to me of like, even though it didn't work out, it was a successful long-term relationship and I'm going to focus on the good. And there's a song in there about my dad that means a lot to me called Never Really Gone. And it was my first song on New Music Friday. Things I Can't Say was my first song on Hot Country playlist on Spotify. So there's all these little like things that I love about them. And then obviously as an artist, you go back and you're like, oh, I would have turned down this thing a hair, like, so you kind of, just like your kids, you get annoyed by them as well.
Okay. And so if you could choose one song that you had to get rid of off the album, which one would it be?
Hmm.
I know you love them all, so that's a tough one.
Yeah, no, this is a tough question. Um, let's see. Going through the album, top to bottom. I might get rid of a song called Looking For It. It just feels like it was fine. It didn't like pop off. It didn't it's not like a story that I'm like dying to say. I've kind of said it a couple times. We
Right.
just had the song. It filled the piece of that project really well because we wanted it to be this story arc of like um, meeting somebody, falling in love, and then like really being in love on East. But I mean, I still love that song, so it's tough. But I guess that one maybe maybe I could beat it, or maybe there's another song that would have went viral, or another song that people liked more. I don't know. It's 2020 hindsight. So if that song's not on the album, like maybe it doesn't do what it did. So I can never know. I would like the album as is.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about TikTok now.
Yeah.
Huge following on TikTok. What is your favorite thing about the platform?
It just gives independent artists like me like a real shot. Like for no reason at all, I can be in front of millions of people. Or that's not true. If the thing is good, I can get in front of millions of people, which I think is really cool. And never before in human history has there been like a real democratic, real time meritocracy of like a talent show like this. Like even things like America's Got Talent, like they go through like a middleman to get on the show. But TikTok is just direct to consumer. If I write a song today, I can post it tonight and it can change my life over the course of 5 days. Nobody else had to do anything. I didn't have to spend a dime, and I can connect with my target audience right now. And that for the first time, I think, Vine touched on it, Instagram's touched on it, but I think the way this algorithm works, it really spreads things like wildfire if they're working. So it's just a really cool opportunity. It's fun to have, that kind of power at our fingertips as creatives.
For sure. And I've seen you hanging out with the guys from 615 House. Are
Yeah,
you
615 House is awesome. All those guys rock, and they're kind of trying a new thing. Instead of like members, you just roll through and make a bunch of content. And I think everyone in that whole thing is so talented. So it's just easy to get together, and we all need content. We all need like new ideas of videos and ways to like show off our voices and songs. So it's a great idea. Ashley Cook and Chris are great.
awesome? Yeah, I was going to ask if you've become a member or you kind of just friends with them all.
I don't think they're really doing the member thing anymore. I think part of their like, brand moving forward is that like it's just a bunch of people getting together and making stuff, and I'll be able to pop in and out. Being a member like with everything I'm doing is kind of tough time wise, but it's super easy to just like once or twice every other month, whatever, just pop in and make videos with my friends. And I feel like that's what it is. So it's great. And Ashley's doing a really good job with that. They're building social in a super smart way.
Yeah, for sure. And your quarantine, have you been keeping busy with your quarantine? Are you doing more writing?
Yeah, last year quarantine hit in like March, and I really got to make the album that I wanted. I wouldn't have been able to make Wilderness if it hadn't been for quarantine, which sounds weird. So, I also got into TikTok because of quarantine. I was bored and just started posting. So, never a good time for a global pandemic. Obviously, it's a terrible thing to happen to humanity. But it did work out in my favor, just that I was kind of already betting on the internet and stuff. So when the internet was the only option, it just kind of fell in my lap, and I got really lucky.
Awesome. And do you have any shows, virtual shows, anything like that coming up at all?
Yeah, I have a show in Nashville on February 1st, I guess Monday, called Whiskey Jam. They do like a thing where a couple artists get to play a couple songs, so it'll be safe and socially distanced. They've been doing a great job, Whiskey Jam and Ward, and that's gonna be pretty much my only show. Other than that, I just hop on TikTok and Instagram Live, and I'll play every once in a while. It's pretty sporadic and random.
Perfect. All right, man. So for people who don't know, where can they find you on social media?
You could just search Spencer Crandall, Crandall, and I'll pop up anywhere you are. Shoot me a message, say what's up, and I love meeting new people.
Awesome. And you also have a phone number people can text you, right?
Yeah, 615-358-7729.
Perfect. There you have it. Spencer Crandall. Check him out. He's on TikTok all the time posting. So make sure you go check him out. And Spencer, thanks again, man.
Thanks, Cody. Appreciate it, man.
Awesome. We'll chat soon.